Hey everyone, so now Wave with another video review, and this time I'm looking at the Energon Armour Clobber. I can't remember if she's Ultimate class or Ultra. I'd have to look that up again, but this is the only version of Clobber that we've actually had. I know a lot of people had a big problem with Clobber because she's essentially just a slightly recolored version, female version, sorry, of um, Lugnut. I'm sorry. My brain just went blank. My brain just went blank. Um, in saying that, I was a little bit unsure of Clobber myself when I first found out about her. But then I was watching her in Cyberverse and I just love her. I just love her character. And she is so different from Lugna, and she's just this klutzy, fun person who isn't actually bad. She just wants some friends. And we learn in the third season of Cyberverse that she was the first person to be broken out of the loop by Hot Rod. He'd been hoping to free someone else, but he ended up freeing Clobber instead. And they actually did form a friendship. They actually did get along quite well. So when everything was all done and said, and the Quintessons were sent packing and whatnot, she actually ended up joining the Autobots as a result of her friendship that she'd made with several of them during that fight, and especially with Hot Rod. And I just came to really enjoy the character of Clobber. That actually a very nice person, and she didn't particularly enjoy doing a lot of things. Anytime she could get out of fighting, she took it. You could usually find her hiding with her friend Lockdown. He remained a Decepticon, but you could usually find the two of them chatting at the fence. But then when the fence came down, and I would like to hope that, most of the remaining Cybertronians could actually get along together, especially after all they've been through with the Quintessons. We see that initially Soundwave and Hot Rod butted heads, they didn't get along, they had different styles of doing things, but they very quickly formed a friendship, actually a very good friendship. And you also see the same thing with Bumblebee and Shadow Striker. After I think it started more after she shot Prowl. She started slowly changing a bit, and when Windblade was found unconscious in the depths of Croatoan, who'd become Decepticon City, she actually called Bumblebee to come and pick her up rather than handing Windblade over to her leader. And that speaks volumes about how much she'd actually changed in the time between arriving back on Cybertron and that point in the series. And she is even shown to have almost like a sibling relationship with Soundwave. When the other Megatron arrived from a different dimension and made a comment about her, he actually stepped in front of her to protect her. And yeah, so I would just like to think that, they all could finally start healing I mean, you look at Clobber and it's hard to hate her. She's a klutz. She's doesn't know her own strength, and she's always causing destruction without really meaning to. And she just wants friends. She just wants friends. That's it. And she finally gets that, and I like her. As I said, I just like her. I know a lot of people had issues with her, but I don't know. She sort of just warmed up to me. But this is how she, well, it's fairly accurate almost to how she looked in the cartoon. I'm not sure if it's got an actual name, but she looked like a hovering tank. Excuse me, a tank. To me, a hovering tank. And it suits her because she's this, this big, massive female, and she turns into this big ass tank. And it suits who she is. And yeah, I mean, that's her gun for robot mode. That also becomes the cannon for alt mode as well. And I'm not going to activate the gimmick because I don't like the Energon Armour gimmick. I just like the figures. But you can see the hints of green that represent her Energon Armour. And of course there's her claws. You can see she does have a very big resemblance to Lugnut. She can even use this similar attack to him. I think she has a different name for it. I don't really remember. Let's see if I can remember how to transform this. I've only done it once. Sorry, some of the joints tend to be a little stiff on mine. There's Clobber. As I said, I don't like the Energon Armour gimmick that they've given them. I just mostly get them because I like the figures, and because it might be the only figure we see of that character in this line. My biggest issue with her, apart from that, would be the fact that they haven't done her lips in the cartoon. She's seen like, I think pretty much every female Transformer, except I think for Windblade. That's more to do with all the face paints that Windblade has, but all the others have lipstick on, and it's just a shame that they didn't do that for her toy. Maybe we'll see a better one of her down the line. I don't know, but it'd be cool if we did get a better one of her, maybe a larger one, just to go with her, to match her size better, because she was actually bigger than a lot of the other average size bots. I don't think she was as big as Megatron and that, but I think she was maybe around the same size as Soundwave and that. She seemed to be around a similar size to him, if not a little bit smaller. Would I recommend this? If you're a Cyberverse fan, I would recommend getting her, just because, as I said, this is the only version of her we have in the toy line right now, and we may not get another one. And unless you, but if you're not a Cyberverse fan, but you're a fan of Clobber, because it's possible to like a character without actually liking the show that they come from. It's not a weird thing. I would recommend getting her, but otherwise, I wouldn't get her unless, as I said, you're a fan of Cyberverse itself. Because, yeah, otherwise you're not going to be happy with it. I'm happy enough with her. I would like to have seen her larger. I would like to see her without the Energon Armour. I would like to have seen her with more detail in her face. Just, she might have been one-eyed like Shockwave, but she was quite expressive. And she was very happy a lot of the time. A lot of the times you see her later on, she's quite a happy bot. And yeah, that's my opinion of it. Don't get her unless you're actually a Cyberverse fan like I am, because it'll just be pointless otherwise. Or unless you just like collecting obscure characters or female Transformers. Yeah, there's only a small set of reasons I would recommend collecting her. But that's it from me. So until next time, stay safe, stay kind, and remember to smile, because you guys are beautiful, and you are unique, and you should own it. Take care, and I'll catch you guys next time.